What's going on, guys? Supermoto BC here. I'm out here at our local stunt spot, just practicing some wheelies, some coasters, shit like that. Today I'm gonna be showing you guys a little bit of what I do during my wheelies to either make them a little bit longer or try my coasters. I'm not stunting like Dank Wheelie or Moto Bro, any of them type of guys, you know, level, but I can at least hold my own over here in my stunt lot and on the road a little bit. So, you know, show you guys at least what I do in case you guys are wondering how to do wheelies, how to do coasters, how to do just anything really, any practicing for like things like rear brakes, stuff like that. But without further ado, we're just gonna go and see if we can't do some basic ass stuff right quick for you guys for some wheelies. First we'll learn a little bit of this rear brake, because the rear brake is above all the most important thing in the entire world. I'll show you what I do, what I've done to get better and kind of hone in on my skill of making sure my rear brake is always, you know, covered and always utilized when needed. So a good practicing method is, you know, bringing the bike up a little bit and then hitting the rear brake. Hitting the bike up a little bit. I mean, like, don't try and get balance. You just want to go up like that's fine, and then just bring it down with the rear brake like that. Just a little bit of rear brake going in there while you're trying to bring the bike up, just so that you can kind of get that feeling of, okay, you know, my brake is there, I have to keep my foot on it, and I'm going to make sure that I'm going to hit it every time that I need to, because it becomes very, very costly if you don't use it. So you can just keep doing that, where you just bring the bike up a little bit, like I said, and just keep tapping it away slowly and slowly. And then over time, what you should do is just start bringing up higher and higher, you know, and then putting it down with your rear brake. You don't want to let off your throttle either. You want to kind of keep some throttle. You don't want to be fucking, you know, wide open, but you want to make sure that you have a little bit of throttle on, because if not, you're just kind of, well, that wasn't what I wanted to do. I had throttle on still, but if you do, you're kind of going to slam the bike down rather than put it down. I'll try and give you an example of that, like kind of like that, where it just kind of just dives rather than, you know, gracefully coming down like you want it. Like, that was still kind of aggressive because I cut off throttle, but yeah. Other than rear brake, good basics for just doing decent wheelies is a lot of preload. So like in my wheelies, you'll see me, I'll preload down like this, and then I'll hit my clutch as I'm going down, and then I'll pop it as I'm pulling back up and I'm hitting my throttle. And I'm only giving like maybe like a flick of my throttle depending on what gear I'm in. Right now I'm in second with a big ass not stunt, but a big ass sprocket on it right now, so it's it'll come up very easily with just a little bit of throttle. Sometimes when you're in like second or third or some shit like that, you need more throttle. But yeah, just a really good a way to get your wheelies coming up is just a lot of preload and a lot of really good timing on your clutching. So like here, I'll give you an example of when I'm going to push down, clutch in, and then flip the throttle all within like a stepping process. You'll see. Rear brake, see that? Rear brake keeps you up. But yeah, you saw, if you play it real slowly, which I can do for you guys, you'll see that I push down and I pull back at the same time I'm dumping my clutch. And it's all within like a fucking half a second, if that. Like it's a very quick, like it's gonna be really sketchy when you're first doing it, because the way that you're gonna be practicing is gonna be like, put in the third, so I'm not fucking trying to hit balance, but you're gonna be like, you're gonna be doing that a lot of, you know, mistiming and fucking just rev bombing the fuck out of it or some shit like that. But what you can do to avoid all that is just practice the fuck out of it. Make sure that you're sitting there and you're, you know, push down first, like you're just forcing that thing down, forcing the bars down, and then as you're going down little bit, and then when you're coming up, popping the clutch, and then just giving a little bit of throttle. Not a lot, just a little bit at first, because I mean, you're not trying to fucking swing the balance the moment you fucking try this shit. But yeah, very smooth throttle is very important too, just so that you're kind of not just being ying ying ying, you're not chopping it on a two-stroke. You know, you want to make sure that you're getting nice smooth throttle so that you can be very predictable with your brake. If you're not, you're just going to be slamming your brake non-stop because you don't know how high you're going or how low you're going to be. So you're just going to be very kind of sketched out, and just it does not make for good wheelies. You may not always hit balance, or you may not always like have amazing wheelies when you're doing it. When you're locking your wrist like that, because I mean, you're trying to keep a steady input of power, but you should be able to gradually go back more, because it's gonna keep your throttle on, and it's gonna be just enough. You just kind of temper, like you keep it balanced with your rear brake. You just kind of keep tapping it every once in a while that you need to, just to make sure that you're not going too far back, or you know, anything like that, where you're just trying to keep a nice steady wheelie. Well, that's more after you've learned, you know, the proper way of using your rear brake. If you're kind of proficient at it. You're really smooth. It makes it nice and easier to kind of, you know, gauge where you're gonna be and to feel more comfortable when you're up there, because it can start getting sketchy really quickly, especially if you're doing faster wheelies, or if you're going really slow in wheelies, because slower wheelies, you know, you'll have a tendency to fall over, or especially if you're being choppy with it, you're just going to start moving the bike a lot, or higher ones where you're being choppy, you're just at risk of falling down at like really high speeds, and it's going to fuck your arms up if you're not wearing gear. Or you might have something like me where I broke my ankle because of it, where the bike just slammed on me, and it did its damage. I need to get surgery. But once you're proficient at that type of stuff, you can start going for more crazier shit. We're going for like coasters, which I'm kind of learning now. I've done some good ones, I've done some really shit ones. I've almost mousetrapped. Well, I've mousetrapped many times, but I've never gone over the bars yet. So I mean, it's kind of just more of practicing a lot of, you know, the combination of everything. Your biggest thing being your rear brake, and then just your timing with your pulls, and your preloading, your clutch, and just all that can be really good. And then another very, very, very key thing is leaning back. Leaning back is a very good way to keep yourself balanced. It's gonna feel really weird because you're like leaning so far back. You want to be kind of hunched up on the bike, you know, you don't want to be scared. Lean back, you can kind of see. I can see everything in front of me, no issue. And then your bike is balance point is going to be kind of further back. It's going to make it feel like the bike's, it just feels better. It just feels right. It's really hard to explain because it's a on your person type of thing. What I do is I sit in the middle to the back of my seat, and whenever I'm pulling, I just make sure I stay leaned back and I feel comfortable where I'm sitting, because if I don't, it's going to feel really awkward. But yeah, that's really all you need to know for just doing some wheelies and shit. I'm going to be out here practicing some stuff and trying to get some better stuff going for you. If there's anything else that you guys want to learn when it comes to wheelies, stoppies, just anything really, I'm not proficient in a lot of stuff, but I've gotten a lot better. I have a lot of friends who are way better, who have taught me a lot, and who have helped me get where I am right now. And yeah, thanks for watching. Just let me know if you need anything, or if you want to see anything specifically. And yeah, deuces. That was a good one. I like that. Oh, baby girl. Hell yeah. That was good as fuck.